Alright, what's going on, guys? It's the Fallen Sanctum here, and today I'm gonna be trying for like the third time to properly record my Riviere deck profile. So essentially, Riviere is one of the families within Bermuda Triangle. It's a really good deck when it comes to the format we call Premium. It's currently like tier 1.5. It's a very aggressive deck that you need to damage deny against, and I can't help but say this, that like if you don't take the Riviere deck seriously, you're gonna get wrecked, and indeed that is something that will happen. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and pause the video right here, and I'll be back when the deck is set up. Enjoy the music in the background. Hope you guys like some glitchxcity. Be right back. Alright, we are back with the deck. I'm sorry, it took a while. You guys will notice that I was trying to get something done in RuneScape while I was setting the deck up. That's why it took a little bit of time, but thanks for patiently waiting. So now, like I said, we're gonna get into it. Riviere is a tier 1.5 aggro deck. It's not the easiest thing to pilot because you need to know the physical limitations of the deck, and if you're someone who like just hates Bermuda to hate Bermuda, you'll probably like never play it properly. So I'd say in order for you to play this deck, you gotta like care about the clan, because this version of the deck is like a really expensive version. So like if I didn't give a damn about anything, then of course. Let me just set up the grades. There we go. Those are grade 1s, grade 3s. I'll put over here. And alright, so grade 1s. Alright, so let's begin. First of all, you have the Forerunner, which is the old Riviere starter. Bermuda Triangle Cadet Riviere. Most of these cards are SP or foils that I have. Like I said, it's the expensive version of the deck. But the reason why you run this over sexy sleeves, the reason why you run this over the new starter is because of the interactions that some old units have with it, and it just allows you to do more. Yes, if you want to play it safe and you want to play the more brain dead version of the deck, the one that requires a lot less strategy and literally is a lot more defensive but sacrifices a lot on the offense, you can play that version of the deck. Of course, there's no worries at all, because you want to sometimes. I'll be honest. This skill is top 7 at the grade 2 or the grade 3. It can sometimes whiff, but it's just because of the lackadaisical interactions that you get with it. That's why I like it so much. The new one also, it's just it's common. It's like, but my boy did Dominic Customs TCG. It's gonna be helping me out by getting me a SP altered, like shiny whatever. Fucking Riviere, and I'm ecstatic for it. I can't wait. Also, yeah. So it's the reason why you run it. I guess I should look at the grade 1s here, because technically all these cards, which we'll go over in a second, are basically the grade 1 Riviere. So you have the grade 1 Riviere herself, right? So on ride proc skill. You have these. That if ever you don't happen to have a grade 1, except you have this, but you don't have a grade 1 in your hand, then you can use her skill, which is go to soul, discard 1, superior at the grade 1, so you don't miss timing, which is great. Also, secondary effect gives resist to the entire board. You have courage, which is technically another 4 copies of this Riviere, because soul, basically when you misread, the Riviere leaves the soul, and her skill puts it back in. Then you may ride the grade 1 or add the grade 1 or the grade 2 to your hand. So that's pretty dope, I find. So yeah, that pretty much goes over the grade 1s. Oh well. Then there's the nuttiest grade 1 in this deck, which is called Filter Chan. The fun thing about Filter Chan is as Soul Blast 1, ride her. and the card you Soul Blasted is a grade 0. The ending of the effect, you're going to be drawing a card. So it's a +1 or a break even. It's a +1 regardless the first time you do the effect. Of course, you can't just regular red it. You have to superior red it. So you gotta do the Soul Blast skill. That's why you wanna. So you ride whatever, right? So like you ride Courage, and then you do the skill, right? And then yeah, that's how you get the +1. Anyways, that's the grade ones. It's basically the point of this deck. Is to be most of the time you're gonna be a turn ahead of your opponent in terms of rides and shit. So you wanna like filter your deck as much, draw what you can, which is by filtering. This will filter out your Riviere grade 3s because you have some neat interactions that you can put them back into the deck and stuff like that, and so that's why you want to search it. Also, this card's important because it's a Soul Blaster. We don't have much that Soul Blast, and sometimes we need to Soul Blast specific things. So, tutors for grade 3, pretty good. The best card in the deck. Personally, it just enables multi-attack, because whenever your Vanguard or Riviere swings, she gets recalled. And also, she's the superior ride card from grade 1 to grade 2. Then you have the Riviere. Supposed to be running a 2-2 split. This is for stride locking, and if you when top idol rides over it, if you have Mermaid and Soul, you're gonna draw an extra card. And so yeah, drawing the extra card is good in control matchup, and also stride locking if you're grade 3 first and they're grade 2 already. If not, there's no need to re-ride to grade 2. You'll be able to stride the next turn. Then you have the new super idol, which is basically just multi-attack friendly. What I mean by that is, so this card, alright, has the effect that when your Vanguard is placed, she restands. So, like if ever you don't have a Selena, right, and like she's on rear, you swing with the van, place a van, put all the triggers here, restand, or yeah, because the Riviere is now once per turn, unfortunately. And last but not least, utility grade 2, you run Bobo. Unique counterblast in this deck, and often you're going to be GB1 and you're going to have 1 or 0 counterblasts, which kind of sucks for you, but there's nothing we can do about it unless you run Bobo. So Bobo will basically deal you a damage, you countercharge Soul Charge, then you take a damage. Is that it? Yeah, if you have 3 or less damage, Soul Charge 1 and countercharge 1, then take a damage. So it's nice. It's really nice to have that optional double countercharge, so you can do like some TWA shenanigans depending on like how early or late in the game it is. Definitely recommend it. Grade 3 wise, we have a second utility card. So we're running 2 utility cards, like 4 utility cards in the deck. You guys have already seen 3. Courage, Bobo, Caro, and Courage, Bobo, Caro, and this Marjan. Alright, so skill, I discard as cost if I'm the grade 3 or greater Riviere. So whatever card I have that says top idol Riviere, right? So I discard, I draw 1, then I choose a card from my drop. I put it into my soul. However, if the card I chose is a card with Riviere, I put the card in my hand instead. It's actually really nice. It's a really great card. It's good support. Then of course we got 4 of this. This is the superior ride to grade 3 if you have a counterblast. It's very important if you have a counterblast. But also because it like if you ride a grade 3 on a grade 3, like if you're grade 3 and you do the TWA skill instead of striding, you kind of have like the pseudo stride skill where you're gonna get the extra force marker and automatically go onto the Riviere grade 4, which when your Vanguard attacks, by the way, with Riviere, your grade 4 Vanguard with Riviere attacks, Soul Blast 1 restand this card, so great multi-attack purpose. And then we have the Queen. I'm still trying to get 3, but no one wants to sell me a $400 card 3 times, especially during pandemic. I'd love to buy them, but I'll have to buy them a little later, because no one ever wants to sell them, and it makes me very, very sad, because she's such a good girl. Like I've been a Riviere loyalist for Jesus Christ so long. I played the deck back when it was like Legion, and then when the just Hua came out in Giera, it was pretty nutty, and you know, I've been having a blast personally since day one with this deck, because it's not about winning with the deck that matters. It's about you being able to enjoy the archetype and stuff. So yeah, so her at end of battle, you discard 2, write a Riviere. You just have to be great for you, of course. And her own places, counterblast 1, drop 1, draw 2. So it's basically great pseudo. It's another +1. It's technically a break even, but card advantage wise, it's a +1 to a +2 depending on how you see it. Trigger lineup wise, only have 1 foil heal. Very sad. Still looking for more. 3 lovely 80k shield. Then you got your other pseudo counter charger. Very helpful. It's a crit draw. No explanation needed. And shiny crits. You can replace them with the crit draw, but literally no difference. And draw features. No explanation needed. It just need draw PGs in this format. Of course, if OTT becomes good again, I might consider just running the grade 1 PG, and then we'll see shenanigans and shit. Alright, so now let's go into the grade 4s. So you have 4 copies of Riviere. My other SPs are in the mail, and unfortunately, Mail-chan is a little bit of a bitch. Nothing gets delivered, nothing arrives. I'm very sad. So basically, her skill is Counterblast 1 Persona Flip. For the amount of Rivieres you have in your soul, you choose your rearguards, and they get 5k. You choose 1 rearguard per Riviere you have in soul, but you can't choose the same rearguard twice. So it's kind of sad. And if you're GB4 on resolution, she gets 10k, you draw, and she gets crit. It's average. Tirua, also known as a hot mama and the best stride in the clan. Unfortunately, my clan is pretty limited when it comes to having good strides, just because everyone either hates or loves Bermuda. You know, there's no being neutral with it. You either play the clan, like it, or you hate the clan and you play something else, and like it normally shits on you. And sadly, it's true. So basically, her axe skill is flip 1, and all face up, all front row shushu units get 5k for each empty rearguard circle. That's great. But we're a force clan, so we only ever have 5 circles. And end of battle GB3 that it attacked, return 3 units to the bottom of your deck, restand this unit, -2 drive. That's not bad. Then you have Moegido. This is a typical Moegido deck where you will have 2 to 3 Toas swinging twice, which can be helpful, but like on multiple force markers it can become annoying. Ballerina pops Guardians, doesn't get fruit PGs, enough said. All situational, unlocker, etc. It is GB2 though, so it's not a first stride. You can stride it vanilla if you want, but normally you would just always stride Tirua first if you're going vanilla. Like if you have to vanilla stride and you can't ultimate stride for Ballerina, you just go Tirua because your Vanguard's gonna hit like a fucking truck, and if you get like crits on your drive check, well, you just kind of win. And last but not least, boys, we've got 4 different G-Guards for you today. We have Dismel, helps protect Hua, Selena, and just gives resistant can't be hit until the end of the turn. So, great card. This is the Comic Fiesta promo, so it's really expensive. Yeah. Leona helps you bounce back Hua or another rearguard you want to keep in your hand, and if you guard with the same card you bounce back, that unit gets 5 extra shield. 5k shield. It's not bad. Citron is the way you call out what's it called? Jesus, Caro, Bobo, Freya, you know, like all the utility cards that you have on that have on place effects, basically. And if you call the card, she's 25k shield. And this, when you hand this motherfucker China, it's a good shield. If not, kind of a dead card. And you can counterblast. She flips the G guard on activation, and you can counterblast one to get an extra 5k. So it's kind of useful, but you know, this deck is not. Doesn't necessarily have to be Moegito Turbo, like I said, because you'll often kill on Tirua. Like, not a lot of decks can just tank Tirua. DI doesn't like Tirua. Neos doesn't like Tirua. I mean, if you generate a great hand while like diminishing theirs, it just makes it so that you're gonna survive, and when you survive, the opponent's a lot less threatening. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. That's about it. Matchup wise, this deck loves Neos. This deck loves Gold Pals. Just because Gold Pals, yes, they can G guard to call a PG, but it's not the most consistent thing to do. Remember, some Pal lists are not even running 4 PGs. Most are, but the ones that are running even less PGs, that stretch just like less good. And yeah, you just like, you literally decimate aggro decks, and you have a little bit of a harder time against protect decks, but that's kind of normal because, you know, just so many PGs. What can you do when like they're just throwing PGs at you? And it's like, personally, I wish they'd fix that soon, but we'll have to see in the future, right? So anyways, thank you guys for watching this deck profile. A little shout out to my card shop called Geekittude. Great case splits. The link will be in the description below if you want to get your case splits, or link to the website too. So if you want singles, we do ship, but you know, COVID. So stay safe, stay clean, wash your hands. You know, don't be doing no nasty stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, tips, or feedback, my social media is like down below or whatever, or if you have me on Facebook or whatever, or you're one of my IRL friends who watches this, you can just, you know, send me like a PogChamp message or whatever on Messenger. And if you want to do videos with me, I'm down for collabs. If you want to show me your deck profile and shit, you want us to go over it and stuff, it'll be more than my pleasure to do so. I want to support the community in Montreal as much as I can, because I'll be honest, it's kind of small, and but it's a lot of fun. I'm kind of sad that Springfest got cancelled, but Geekittude is working on a big prototype event. I'm not gonna go into any spoilers, right? But because Springfest was cancelled, we are gonna be putting up a good event, a good size event, once quarantine ends. So until then, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'm TheFallenSanctum. I'm gonna be reporting out. Take care.